Welcome, Anya, to the Taskmaster podcast.
Yay!
Yay, happy to be back?
Happy to be back, yeah. I feel like it's nice to be here without the pressure.
Yeah.
It's nice to be in this caravan without thinking, like, what the fuck is going on now?
So you don't feel any pressure to do the Taskmaster podcast?
No, I feel so at ease. I feel probably
Okay.
the most at ease I felt throughout this whole process, and that's because of you.
Thank you. Yes, I like to be a relaxing presence, although I like it when the guests are slightly on edge as well.
No, I'm not on edge.
Yeah, good. Have you been back to the house since you filmed?
I was back when we came to that barbecue.
Of course, the barbecue.
The famous barbecue where there was a nice Eton mess for pudding. That's what I remember.
Look, here's something you need to know about Anya, and I don't know if it's been explained enough going into your series of Taskmaster being broadcast. You are obsessed with sugar and desserts more than anyone else I've ever met,
Yeah.
including James Acaster.
Thank you. Obviously, I'm trying to cut out sugar.
Always. You've been trying to cut out sugar since the day I met you.
Yeah, so right now I'm trying to cut out sugar, but I did have a chocolate terrine last night. I'm trying to cut out sugar, dairy and gluten, but I keep having a chocolate terrine.
Right, yeah, that's
or
bad.
Or a Bakewell tart.
Or a Bakewell tart, yeah.
Or boozy raisins.
Yeah.
Which have alcohol as well.
Yeah.
Big
yeah.
amount. But yeah, then we were here for that barbecue, and it was like, there was an amazing chef, and it was like nice salads and stuff. And
Yeah,
I'm thinking,
a nice Eton mess.
let's move this on.
Yeah.
Let's move this towards the dessert portion.
This isn't Taskmaster based, but I just want to mention for those of the people who haven't necessarily heard you on Off Menu, that you're so obsessed with sugar that you and your partner tried to cut sugar out, but your rule was if you made it yourself, you would eat it.
Yeah.
So you were melting down bars of chocolate, reforming them, putting them in the freezer, and then eating them, claiming that you made it yourself.
We added raisins.
Yeah. So you put more sugar in. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically like, well, because the thought is like if in the Italian Alps or something you have an old nonna.
Yeah, sure.
And she's living to be 100 years old.
Sure.
She's not eating sweets. She's just making them herself. She's not eating Haribos.
Yeah.
She's churning away with the big bag of butter. So we thought, sorry, quite hard today. I've already lost my mind. So we thought, basically, if we make it ourselves, then it won't have come from a factory.
But you know, if you melt down a bar of commercially available chocolate, it's still come from the factory.
I guess we're actually adding another step of processing into it.
Yeah. But good, we're just going to get that out of the way, although it does link into something that happened in the first episode with something that sounds disgusting, but is actually really nice.
Yeah.
The curtain was pulled back and you had a bowl of cream that you'd put sugar in as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to make it taste nice.
To make it taste nice. And then you were eating it with your hands.
And also,
like
I
a big weird cat.
I'm pretty sure I put some chocolate sauce in there at the bottom. So
that wasn't mentioned. That didn't make the edit.
A lot of stuff didn't make the edit.
Yeah. But that task in particular, I think, was a really hard task.
That was one of the ones where when I opened it and read it, I was genuinely like, oh, this is making me panic.
Yeah.
It felt so hard to not do the obvious thing me.
In your mind, was what you did the obvious thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's why Taskmaster's good, because to no one else was that obvious. To lap away at a big bowl of cream.
I thought it was probably going to be something mouth-based because, like, your mouth can make quite interesting noises, but you can also put nice stuff in.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was probably something nice is probably going to be eating-based. I think I actually filmed a lot of stuff first as well.
Right.
Like, I think you were
the guinea pig.
I did a lot of the guinea pigs.
Yeah.
I don't know whether... Because obviously what Reese did in that task is... That compared to eating cream, it's like eating cream is way more normal than making a duck have a dream or whatever it was he was doing.
But it was nicer. That was nicer than eating cream with your hands, I'd say.
Really? You think that?
In terms of how it looked.
Okay.
Like you and Phil were...
Phil's body is really scary,
Phil's body is really odd.
When you see it in that shape, he looks like a big tarantula.
Yeah, he's got very, very long limbs,
really long
that
limbs.
man.
He knows how to use them.
Also, it's nice to be back in the caravan for you.
Nice to be
because, of course, you were told during that task that you suited the caravan.
Yeah.
How did you take that?
At the time, I took it badly. And then when I got home from the recording that night, I was talking to my partner and I was like, I think I shouldn't have taken that so badly. I think it was a compliment.
You were still thinking about it when
really
you got
in
home.
my head because it took me completely by surprise, but I also completely agree with it. Whereas actually I think they're completely right, and that's really cutting to the core of who I am.
Right.
But it can be quite scary to be told that on national TV.
I think it's just the outfit that you'd chosen.
Yeah, which, by the way, I was like, I'm going to dress how I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And everyone has described it as, oh, like you're dressing like a granddad.
Yeah, that's a funny costume you've got for Taskmaster.
Yeah, genuinely,
yeah,
people were like, oh, right, so you're doing like a sort of granddad thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really was just trying to dress in the way that would make me feel safe.
Well, because you dress like that on stage as well, right? But then you do
Yeah.
comment on it and say you look like you're in Fantastic Mr. Fox. Is
Well,
that?
yeah, that's what one of my friends told
Yeah.
me. So again, none of this is coming from me. I'm being like, this is what I think is nice and fashionable.
Yeah.
And then other people are going, you look like you're in a Roald Dahl book. You look like you're a granddad. Like no one is.
But look, I think it is fashionable.
No
I
one
think you
is
do
going,
look
"You're
nice
a
in those clothes.
sexual icon.
No, but is that what you're pushing for, Anya?
That's what I want. I want to come out for this series of Taskmaster and people to be like, get that girl onto page 3. She's wasted with all these toms up. Bring it back. And get
Imagine
me on
if Alex said, "May I say you're a sexual icon?" I just say you'd really suit page 3.
That would be. I would like to be the first Taskmaster contestant to go directly into a career in adult entertainment.
As opposed to all the ones who started in adult entertainment and then like
yeah.
David Baddiel.
Well, I've seen the list for series 21. Bonnie Blue.
Bonnie Blue, of course.
I'm going to start that rumour that Bonnie Blue is on series 21 of Taskmaster. She's doing some tasks of her own, of course.
I mean, once you've done that,
You don't need to be in the lab, do you?
actually, the lab would probably be the perfect place.
Perfect place for it. Oh dear, this has gone into.
Interested to hear if that makes the edit. So this is the first team task episode as well.
Yes.
We'll talk more about it later on, obviously. But your team is yourself, Sanjeev, and Phil.
Yeah.
Did you know both of them, or had you met both of them before?
I knew Phil.
Yeah.
I knew Phil just from kind of doing Edinburgh, doing gigs with him. Didn't know Sanjeev at all, but do you know, I had a real gut feeling that I would be with Sanjeev.
Yeah.
I was like, I know he's going to walk around. I know he's going to be there.
Yeah.
And when he did see me, I was like, well, I don't know if he's had this gut feeling.
No, I don't think Sanjeev has necessarily had a gut feeling in his life.
Well, it's all, in a way, it's all gut feelings. He doesn't seem to overthink anything.
The gut feeling is, I'll just walk over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I think we need all flavours on Taskmaster,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Sanjeev
yeah.
is filling a very important role of someone who doesn't really care and is just quite relaxed.
It's so freeing to see that, but it's so interesting to see someone with that personality. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that you could feel like this about something. Because it's so not how I feel about it. Like, doing it, I don't think I knew this going into it, but doing Taskmaster, watching it back, I'm like, oh God, I have such a deep-seated need to do things well.
Yes.
And to, like, it doesn't look like it, but I'm genuinely trying my hardest at all times.
And to attack everything with sort of energy as well.
Yeah.
Like the QR code task.
I just ran.
You just sprinted after Alex, not top speed. You
Not
were
top
very
speed.
yeah.
And honestly, like, I think they should. It's not really fair on a show like this to have a wet floor for me.
No, it's difficult to know what they could do about that.
Put down a tarmac. Or
Put down a tarmac. They've already done that, Anya.
Put down like something, or at least give me special shoes. Do you know what I mean?
What sort of special shoes were you hoping for?
Ones with like grip, proper grip on the bottom,
Yeah.
or something. Because it's just like, it's just sad. It's just sad when I couldn't be at top speed.
But you saw Maisie go at top speed and she fell over.
Yeah, that was funny.
And her leggings were already at half mast.
As soon as I saw when her little panties peeked out, I was like, this is the funniest. This is going to be absolutely hilarious this whole season. Absolutely perfect.
Absolute chaos. Let's get stuck into this episode, which is, of course, called Cows Are Made of Milk.
Yeah, when I saw that come up on it, I was like,
Oh, no.
Did Reese say that? What a mad thing to say.
Of
History
course,
did not remember that well.
Yeah, of course you were the person who said.
I said cows are made of milk, yeah.
And you move on so quickly that no one, people go, ah, and then you can see people sort of lean forward ready to absolutely decimate you, but you just move on really quickly.
Yeah.
You're like, cows are made of milk. Cows make milk.
Be a politician.
Yeah.
Be a politician about it.
The prize task is the object which is hardest to describe.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about yours, first of all, which is a box of shit.
No.
Greg says.
Yeah, which is just so... Sometimes I worry for that man. Because it's like the way you see the world is just, it says a lot.
Yeah.
Because actually that was an object that was really hard to describe. Because it's like, I wish I had cut down the edges of it so it didn't look like it was in a box, because it was all just stuck to the box to keep it all in place.
Right, okay.
But it wasn't really about the box. It was about what was inside the box. But then to transport it, I had to have it in a box.
So what was in the box?
Well, you tell me.
Well, okay. See, this is why this is a good task, because you can just go, you describe it to me.
No, it had a fridge magnet in it.
Yeah.
Fridge magnet, some clay. I made a lot of my prize tasks and I spent a lot of time on them, which actually I poured a lot of my heart into them, and then obviously had my heart trampled upon a lot of times. But this one, there's something like quite toxic about Taskmaster for me, where I would genuinely like that phrase, you know, how like madness is doing the same thing, expecting different results.
Yes.
Genuinely, every time I had a prize task, that I was like, "This is
here we go. This
here
is
we
the
go,"
one.
and it was never good.
Yeah.
but for that one, I was like, "Well, I'll just make something that you can't describe with one word by collecting anything around my house that doesn't make sense out of context and sticking it all together." So there's like a part of a cat toy. There's a fridge magnet from my deceased grandma's fridge, R.I.P.
Yes.
And then I can't remember what else is in it. A fish, maybe?
Yeah.
A goldfish is stuck to it.
I think it's a hard prize task, because what do you mean by describe? Because anyone can just say what they see on a screen. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
But why it exists, does that count as the description?
Yeah.
Because like I'd say with Phil's as well, Phil brought in the Treaty of Versailles, and we know that the Treaty of Versailles is a thing. Yeah. But no one describes it in the studio. Greg goes, it's the famous Treaty of Versailles. At no point does Greg go, I know what it is and it's easy to describe. Yeah. Can you describe the Treaty of Versailles?
Yeah, book. It's book.
It's book.
It's book.
It's treaty.
About French.
It's about French. It's a book about French.
It's a book about French stuff, and it's a treaty, ultimately, which is a pact. It's a pact between two people or countries. Yeah. Between France and...
See what I mean? See, people know the Treaty of Versailles,
right,
but
so
they don't...
maybe he should have explained it a bit better.
I think he should have explained it a bit better. I feel like Phil was underscored. He got 1 point for this.
He got one... Well, to be honest, when it came up on the screen in the studio, I was like, I do not get why he's picked this at all. But now you're teaching me. We're learning through play. I'm sort of like, oh, okay, I get what he was trying to do there. But I was like, Phil's just got a book. Like... But it's because you go into it with the thing in your head of what you've done. So it's really, for me, I was like, well, it can't be anything even vaguely recognisable as a thing. So he's got something vaguely recognisable. So that really doesn't make sense to me.
But can you describe what's in the Treaty of Versailles? You can describe what
whereas actually he was making a really sort of potent political point.
But he didn't follow it up well with a good explanation in the studio.
No,
he made his point by trying to riff what the Treaty of Versailles was about. But whereas he couldn't, what he should have said is, I can't tell you what it is because I can't describe it. Greg, why don't you tell me?
Yeah, but then I tried to get Greg to tell me what my thing was, and he didn't take kindly to that.
He said a box of shit. Yeah. I think maybe Phil got 1 point because we're already on to pity points for Sanjeev, because it was a very bad first episode for Sanjeev.
Yeah, but he doesn't need it.
Oh no, he doesn't need it, but you don't want anyone to have an absolute drubbing every single episode, do you? Yeah. So, I mean, he brought in a fidget toy.
Oh, right. Yeah, the fidget toy came above the Treaty of Versailles. That is a bit mad.
Yeah, Sanjeev got 2 points here. He brought in the fidget toy, which is so easy to describe. It's a fidget toy.
Yeah. It's a fidget toy, and it was just one that I know you can get off Amazon.
Yeah. So he's
I've got it.
Yeah. He's typed in. What's he typed in though? Because
he sent an email to the Taskmaster
team. Can you get me a thing?
Yeah.
Get me a thing. But the more specific title of it is a handheld toy for focus and relief.
Oh, relief.
Yeah, relief.
What are you relieving yourself from with that?
I guess fidgeting.
Fidgeting.
Yeah. Let's talk about Reese.
Yes.
Who brought in a handmade item from his cabinet of curiosities. Never have I been more sure that someone has a cabinet of curiosities than Reese Shearsmith.
100%. It's like, because I didn't know Reese before this, like I'd never met him or anything, but he has such a clear aesthetic.
Yeah.
And that aesthetic is like haunted man.
Yeah. Well, even through all his work as well, right?
It's it's so like macabre.
Yes.
And I really love that. And when that. So also, by the way, I think I was the only person in the studio to not realise that he made it.
He does say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I didn't hear that.
Zoned
or
out.
maybe I.
How often were you zoning out, would you say, in the studio?
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
My therapist told me if I started zoning out to rub my trousers. To bring me back into the moment. Because I kept being like, oh my God, I'm on Taskmaster.
Yeah.
And like from my perspective, this is probably not going to make much sense, but like the way when you see Alex and Greg doing their little thing, it's the same shot as you see it on TV.
Yes.
So you're like, oh, I'm watching It's hard not to be like.
Oh no, I
I'm
completely
TV.
understand.
Yeah.
I've done that so many times. I've never tried rubbing my trousers. Every time I did Mock the Week, when the theme music's played into the studio, I would go, what the hell?
Yeah.
I'm in it. Why am I in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was rubbing my trousers because of that. So that's a little Easter egg to look out for. If you see me rubbing my trousers, you know
zoned out.
she's zoned out. She's zoned out.
She's trying a therapy thing.
But yeah, Reese, I was looking at thinking, when I saw that, I was like, this is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
That thing was so up my street.
Mm-hmm.
Like the little face on it, I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
That was when I started to feel a soul connection to Reese.
Yes. When you saw the sort of weird stuffed owl head with a little cocktail
with the
umbrella.
fat legs.
Yeah.
The thick baby legs. The thick baby legs and the upside down mouth, I was like,
yeah.
Hell yeah. There's I did drawings of every task after I did
Yes,
them.
we should talk about this.
Yeah, we can. I haven't got them with me today, but I was doing them all because after every task, when you go back into the little room, I didn't want to go on my phone because I didn't want to like lose the magic of it. So I was like, I'll just do a doodle, and then I got really into it, and then people started saying they were cool.
Yeah.
Within the house, there was rumours that they were quite cool. So then I was like, I'm going to keep doing them, and then so I did them for the studio tasks, and drawing that Reese's sort of owl baby legs. Like that was the one thing I had to get, because I did it all from memory, but I had to get him to send me a photo of that, because I was like, I cannot get this wrong. Yeah. Because it really needs to be treated with the respect it deserves.
Will we get to see these drawings? Will you be posting them?
Yeah, I'm going to post them on my Instagram, I think. But yeah, they're quite, I would like to do something with it, because I don't know. But I think the problem is that people are going to think I'm quite a good drawer, but you have to remember is that I'm doing it on a note, on like an e-pad, so you can just rub it out when it's
right. Okay, but that's great. It's a great idea. I can't wait to see those.
I'm going to sell zines of it for £400 each.
Good, that's the spirit of Taskmaster. Maisie, who got the 5 points, brought in being in the womb.
Yeah, and I have beef with this.
Please tell me your beef.
So, and let's just say this was raised in the studio about 15 minutes after the prize task had ended. I genuinely was like, you know, when like in a film, like a detective is like, something's off, and then they just like and then suddenly they're like, oh shit, I know what it is. It all falls into place. Like all the stuff came into place. We were about halfway through filming something else, and I put my hand up, and I was like, being in the womb isn't an object. Mm-hmm. And
so it's my only note I've written.
Yeah.
And I immediately, but they'd already said it was good, and like, but I would have said it straight away. I would have got so angry with this.
Something was like getting under my skin. I was like, I can't sit still in this episode. Like something's not quite right. Yeah. And then it like suddenly clicked, and because I was like, oh right, yeah, that wasn't an object, and I said it. But also, this was obviously only the second episode, and you're still kind of figuring out how you fit into
your
this.
place within it. Yeah.
And I didn't want to like be the first person to tear someone else down.
Yeah.
Not enough that I didn't not say it, but it just didn't. It also, and then Greg was just like, "Well, this is 15 minutes too late," so it didn't get in.
Well, because if the prize task was something that is hard to describe,
it opens up a lot more.
It opens up a lot more avenues, but it is specifically the object which is hardest to describe.
Yeah.
And Maisie brought in an object that represents a concept.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or an experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not an object. I mean, obviously, it's a good observation.
It's a great observation. It was so funny and we're all laughing, but something's wrong. I'm thinking, stop the count.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
points. It's just also it's one of those where it's like, if that had been a 1 point, I would have been bumped up. You start to see it.
Yeah.
Selfishly.
I do agree with you, but this, and I'm glad you brought it up rather than me, because if I'd brought that up, I would have been, as Jason Mantzoukas described me as last week, joyless. But it was 5 points for Maisie.
5 dirty points.
Yeah. But I think of all the people that you could have laid into early doors, Maisie is one of them, because Maisie.
I do know.
And
Maisie.
she loves an argument. She absolutely loves being on the back foot and like having a good old shout.
Yeah, I know, but that's what's scary is because I don't actually like conflict that
Right.
much. So going into a battle with Maisie is like, she's going to be shouting.
I would have loved that.
Yeah, I
absolutely
think
love to have a battle with Maisie
You and
in the
Maisie
street.
going at it
Yeah.
in an argument sense. I can see how that would work.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I do know Maisie, and we had shared some moments together. For example, we've been to karaoke together and stuff, and sat watching a girl do truly every song. That was the first time I met Maisie. We were at a karaoke party, and one girl just went up and did all the songs.
Who was that? Who was the girl?
Can't remember, like a producer or something. That's probably too much information.
It was Daisy.
It was Daisy. But I think Maisie, she's very like, she is quite jolly.
Yes.
So like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I should have just gone head to head with her a little bit. But there's also something about when you're sitting next to someone, you're like, I don't want to make an enemy of you.
Sure.
Being
yeah.
this close to me.
Yeah.
Because you could claw my eyes out.
Which I'm sure she would.
She would.
It was 1 point for Phil, 2 points for Sanjeev, 3 points for you, and 4 points for Reese, and 5 points for Maisie. Task 1, identify Alex's 5 things. You may only use 1 sense. If you choose hearing, you get 5 points per item. Smell, 4 points. Taste, 3 points. Touch, 2 points. Sight, 1 point. Highest total score wins. You have a maximum of 10 minutes. Your time starts as soon as you have decided which sense you'll be using. Sometimes I think Alex starts with an image in his mind
Yeah.
of something that will look weird and funny, and then works backwards from there. And this is the perfect example of that. It is
I
a
know
lot
what
of
you mean.
it is a lot of fun. This, and sort of disgusting in quite a uncanny way.
Yeah, it was one of the ones that like really stayed with me afterwards
Yeah.
and like frustrated me.
Yeah.
Was because also like I think smell was such a bad choice.
They're all quite bad choices.
But they're all quite bad choices, and it's funny that no one picked sight because
well,
I
it's the
wonder-
most boring option, isn't it?
It is the most boring option.
Guess who would have picked sight?
You,
Ed Gamble.
Mr. Ed Gamble. Yeah.
We did one that never made the edit for Series 9 where there were loads of things with labels on them, like
Right.
loads of objects, and we had to run round and point at them and say what they were, but we could do it in any language. So the more you got right in a different language,
Right.
you got more points.
Yeah.
And I went, I'm just doing it in English. So I just ran round and pointed at everything and shouted what it was.
Wow. And that didn't make the edit.
Weirdly, no, just me pointing around going, plant, sausage. It
Joe
didn't-
Brand doing it in Korean.
Yeah. But yeah, I would have thought about doing sight for the points.
For the points, yeah, though actually like I imagine that they wouldn't have shown it to you very clear. Like it felt like those objects, like the stapler, like they wouldn't have just shown it to you far enough away that you could see that easily, I don't think.
Yeah. I don't know though.
You think they would have just shown?
I think they would have just shown it to you maybe. But they're probably glad that no one did that because it is way funnier that there's people licking them and smelling them and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the things are so weird as well, of course they are, like a frozen sock and a bowl of wet teeth.
I kind of thought they would at least all have some smell.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that. You would have thought there's something on each one that you could pick up from one of the senses.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I guess the yogurt did smell like yogurt. That was the one I got.
That's the one you got, yeah.
And that was the only one I was confident in. But like the only other one that had a really strong smell was the stapler.
Yeah.
And that was like the hay of the hair.
Mm.
I wrote down in my notebook afterwards, like there's like maybe it was a brush or something like that.
Well, I think there's certain things that you've done so far on Taskmaster that I've been like, that is so Anya, no one else would say that.
Oh, God.
And I think you say scarecrow.
Yeah.
And then Alex asks you to describe it more, and you say scriggledy scarecrow.
Scriggledy scarecrow.
Well, I don't know anyone else who would say scriggledy.
Well, it's just a vibe. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but not from smell.
No, from if you had smelt it, you'd have been like, that's scriggledy.
No, I wouldn't. I'm telling you, I wouldn't have used the word scriggledy.
But yeah, which interestingly, I'm feeling like is not a word now.
I know what you mean by scriggledy.
It's sort of like,
but I don't think it comes through in smell. But I think you just went with the word that was on your mind, which is scriggledy.
Which was scriggledy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shoehorning scriggledy in probably.
You also said something smelled cold.
And what was that about?
The coffee. You said it was coffee, and it smelled cold.
So what was that? What was the actual thing I was talking about?
I can't remember.
Was it teeth or?
Maybe it was Was it the
sugar,
the hundreds of thousands,
which really you'd expect me to.
Yeah,
get.
you should get. I think at one point you said it's coffee, it's cold coffee, and Alex said, "How do you know it's cold?" And you said it smells cold.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you're trying to like pick up on something here that is unusual.
Is cold a smell?
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I crazy? No, cold's not a smell.
Silence in the caravan. Well, if you go to the Antarctic, your nose is going to know that you're in the Antarctic.
Yeah, but that's like, a feeling, isn't it? That's your nose can be cold. You don't smell the cold.
If your nose is near a cold area,
yeah,
your nose will know, because the particles. I've stopped making eye contact with you.
Yeah,
because of the particles. This is something. So I have a very special nose, which I know. I think this was maybe cut out, but unfortunately I had a blocked nose that day.
Why did you pick smell then?
I didn't remember until I'd started. I should have gone tongue, but the nose taste.
Yeah. I'll go tongue, please, Alex.
I should have done tongue.
Yeah.
But my nose, especially if I'm in my luteal phase of my menstrual cycle, my nose is honestly incredible. Right now, it's at absolute max.
Yeah.
Like this morning, I had some eggs for breakfast, but I couldn't eat them because the dishwasher smells really bad.
Right.
And the dishwasher opened, and my eggs were nearby, and then the smell got on the eggs.
Right.
So I couldn't eat the eggs because they tasted like the smell.
You sure you're not a werewolf?
I think I'm on some sort of spectrum, but I don't think it's werewolf.
Well, I'm sorry that you have to sit in a caravan with about 8 people when your smells are really good.
Yeah, it's okay.
You're doing all right
through.
Yeah.
But I really thought when I picked smell, I've like, oh well, this will be amazing because that smell is one of my 5 senses.
But you're on your wrong bit of the menstrual cycle.
I was too. Well, actually, I don't know. This house always brings on my period. Genuinely, something about it makes my womb just go, not today. Evacuate the dance floor.
You know.
Oh God.
Yeah, you're the first person to say that on the podcast.
Really?
Weirdly, yeah.
Oh dear.
I wonder if any other contestants are listening and the house also brings on their period, do let us know.
And if you're a fan and your cycle's late and you're worried about being pregnant, just show up.
Come down to the
Let it work
Taskmaster
its
house.
magic.
Yeah.
Let Alex coax it out.
Yeah.
There
Go
was...
Go to the lab.
Go to the lab, yeah. White. There was one tiebreaker that didn't get used in the whole series, which I think they maybe were kindly upon because it was one that it was not good. It was not good for me, and I don't think I said afterwards that was hard for me because of my current situation, and it was I had to stand on a vibrating plate for 5 minutes, and I was like, we're in the lab, this is this is really dangerous. Which is interesting. I would like to correlate all the tasks with where on a, like, you could do an interesting diagram where it's like, when did I do the task, how close was it to lunch, where was I in my menstrual cycle, all these things, all these factors.
Well, Jack Bernhardt's always looking for new things to add to the spreadsheet.
Sync it up with my Clue app.
Yeah. But Jack, you will need to do that for all of the contestants.
Yeah, absolutely.
So make sure you get in contact with them and see if they remember. Look, this task was just chaos. I mean, Maisie putting her mouth through the nose hole, I think, will be an enduring image of this series as well.
So funny, and the fact that it's in the opening credit, it always makes me laugh. Yeah, like it is. There is something about that is just like pure humour. It's
pure humour. It's sort of uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. It reminds me of, there's an episode of Red Dwarf where there's some characters who are them, or they turn themselves upside down and put eyes on their chin.
Yeah.
To speak to some aliens, and it's sort of that, where the mouth's just in the wrong place. Yeah. Really odd, but also, very funny.
It's quite like I actually didn't know. You don't notice what's weird about it. Like it gets in your brain first, and then you're like, oh, what's going on there?
So funny. And obviously, I mean, look, Phil's incredible at this.
Yeah.
Total chaos.
What sense did he use again? Hearing. He
used hearing.
Yeah.
And his first suggestion for what the item was...
a mossy walk.
A mossy walk. In his mind, what's going on the other side of the screen? That the object is a mossy walk.
To you, that's how you see it, but I'm like, yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah. Phil makes me laugh so much. I mean, they all, like, I honestly could not believe how much I was laughing at everyone else on this show. But as soon as Phil said mossy walk, I'm dying. I'm on the floor.
A mossy walk. Sanjeev, there's suggestions that he did just fall asleep, because there is a moment where he goes so quiet and Alex has to say, Sanjeev, you still there?
Sanjeev seems to have a sort of he has quite a peaceful air about him.
Yeah.
Where you can where it's like tipping over into sleep quite a lot.
Well, he's a sloth. He's a man sloth.
What do you mean?
Don't you think he's got sloth vibes?
He does actually have sloth vibes.
Yeah.
But is that offensive to say?
I don't know, but he's very slow and sleepy.
We'll
find out. Yeah. Who knows? But he reminds me of a sloth. That's all I can say. I mean, this was a very hard task. This was designed, I think, to make you all look a bit stupid rather than get any points.
I think the fact but Reese was good at it because he got the human teeth.
But then took it back. Because human teeth is the sort of thing that's in his cabinet of curiosities.
Yeah. Human teeth is from the Reese Shearsmith world, not the Taskmaster world.
So he second-guessed himself and thought they won't do human teeth.
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing I'd do.
Yeah.
And that would suggest he's got a bowl of teeth at home and he has popped them in his mouth. So he knows what they're like.
Or he just knows what his own teeth are like.
Yeah.
And he thought, ooh, these are bringing back some memories of when my tongue is in my own mouth.
I suppose, yeah. I suppose we all know what teeth feel like in our mouth, don't we?
Yeah. Well, but I guess you don't know what the roots of them so much.
No. But we have wet teeth in our mouths all of the time.
Yeah, so what's the problem with licking them up out of a little bowl? Reese and Maisie.
All of Sanjeev's were like cleaning products as well.
Yeah.
He just got it stuck in his head.
Yeah.
It was 1 point for Sanjeev, sadly. 2 points for you, Anya, even though you did guess Scriggledy Scarecrow.
Imagine if that had been right.
And a fashionable watch. You guessed.
Oh.
Tiny cow.
Tiny cow,
yogurt.
cows are made of milk.
Yeah. Cows are made of milk, of course, yeah. 2 points for you, Anya. 3 points for Phil. 4 points for Maisie. And 5 points for Reese. Mm-hmm. A hard task, but very entertaining. It's the first team task.
Mm-hmm.
This task, I think, was very hard.
Yeah.
And there was so many layers to it. Because normally the team task is like straight in.
Yeah. And
there's no time to think. But this was quite tricky. Let's talk about the teams first of all. So, obviously, you, Phil, and Sanjeev, you seem to get on pretty quickly. Do you think there was good chemistry in the team?
I think there was. I think I instantly was like, okay, when I saw Phil coming through that gate, I was like, oh fuck, that's our chance
We're in
of
trouble.
getting some points gone. But no, that's a bit unfair. But I was
No, you're correct.
I am correct.
Yeah.
But I'm also sorry if Phil is listening to this. But I think it's interesting as a combination. I was like, oh, I think like I said earlier, like I think in my gut I knew I was going to be with Sanjeev because I was like, I think that makes sense as like a combination, young and from the other end of the age demographic.
It's a real spread of ages.
It's a real spread of ages. Young and the elderly, hand in hand. And then Phil, who's sort of a man outside of time and age.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, he's like a sort of Doctor Who from a parallel universe.
Yeah, exactly. And then Maisie and Reese, who that really makes sense as a team to me.
Northern.
Let's call it a spade a spade.
When they meet,
yeah.
Maisie just looks terrified.
I think maybe that someone said this in the studio and it got cut out, but it does look a bit like a fan meet and greet.
Yeah.
And Reese is so unfazed by it that it's like it's fascinating for someone to show so little in that context. He's so straight on. Like him and Sanjeev both quite calm and quite like I was really excited.
Yeah.
Because also I had a sense that day I was like, well, it must be the team day because we haven't done the team day yet. But the team, as in the people, the production team, hid it so well.
Yes.
That I was like, oh, I've got it wrong. Maybe our team day is going to be on our location day because like they hid it from me so well. But then I assumed I was just with Sanjeev, and then when Phil came through the gate I was like,
oh no,
is he meant to be here?
Has he turned up on the wrong day? Yeah. Was he just walking past?
Also because he was so silent for so long when he walks, because there's quite a long driveway.
Yeah.
And he gives it about like 20 meters before he says hello. And I was like, what's going on?
Yeah. But I guess he was working out what was going on as well, right?
He was working out what was going on.
Are we sure that Sanjeev knew that there was going to be a team day?
I think he maybe still doesn't know.
Because we've had situations in Taskmaster before where maybe one of the older contestants certainly doesn't know the work of the younger contestants, doesn't know that there's going to be a team day.
Yeah.
So for like 10, 20 minutes, they're looking like, is this part of the task? Are these just some random people?
I think that if that happened, he kept it internal.
Yeah,
but
okay.
it felt like it could have been happening a bit. But that, I think it was funny because of the like you say, this task, you couldn't get stuck into it. And it was still quite individual. Mm-hmm. There were like some element, because you all have your own individual powers, and we had to hook the duck individually. Like you're not fully working as a team yet. Mm-hmm. So it was quite like a weird in between. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, we're kind of getting used to each other, but we're also still like, you still have to focus on your own thing.
On your own superpower,
I did not know anything about George Michael, apart from he was gay.
I'll read the task.
Okay.
Each team member must hook a duck, silently read the duck's superpower, then use that superpower for the next task in 10 minutes from now. At no point may you tell your teammates your superpower. Your time starts now. So obviously, previously, I don't know how long ago, you had to write the superpower on a little card. Mm-hmm. Do you remember? Was it like a while before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like months or.
Mine were all. I'd had about a month between every recording day, so I think it would have been a month. But because I was drawing them all, I had any that were the kind of setup of a task. I had a really clear memory of like, that's unfinished. Yeah. Because I just had the drawing, so I was like, oh, I need to finish that drawing at some point. Right. So as soon as the superpower came into play, I was like, oh right, I remembered what I wrote. So I was like, oh, I'm obviously not going to hook my own duck. Which is so annoying because it has a really relevant superpower. Yeah, but I'm glad you didn't hook your own duck, because I don't know why you would. It's way less fun to hook your own duck, isn't it? But basically everyone else did hook their own duck. Yeah, so Sanjeev, Phil and Reese did. And then obviously you and Maisie switched. We switched, yeah. Sanjeev won the 1 point because his superpower was rotate slowly and powerfully to thwart evil, which is so funny that he picked that, because he only picked that because the figure on the table's rotating slowly. Oh,
clearly he's gone,
yeah.
I'll just do the thing that's right in front of me. But it did work perfectly because he went.
So true.
He went round the table. What I would like to know is if he went round the table doing the flower deliberately trying to do a superpower, or whether he completely forgot.
Whether it was completely lucky.
Yeah.
It definitely could have been lucky.
Yeah.
Because surely he should be rotating.
Yes.
That's not actually rotating, is it?
No,
Going round the
it's
table.
circling a table. I think he did it by accident.
There should be a recount of the points in this episode.
There should be.
There should be a riot.
And the superpower you got given from Maisie was morph into George Michael at any given moment.
And I wasn't, obviously because of the rights of the music, I wasn't allowed to sing.
Yeah.
So, because all I knew about George Michael is obviously singing and he's gay.
Yes.
And it's like, well, I'm pretty sure I definitely did some gay stuff, but I don't think that made the edit.
But you put the sunglasses on.
I put the sunglasses on. Also,
May I say, Anya, and take this as you will, you look fucking gormless in those sunglasses.
Yes.
With a beard half stuck on the wrong way.
It kept coming off. So Alex kept having to say, like, oh, your beard's come off again.
Yeah.
But then at some point during the task, I just have tape
Yeah.
stuck to my face, which really is not a fetching look for me at all. Also, like, there's something about whenever I look directly into the camera with those sunglasses that is, like, haunting.
Yeah. But it's just gormless. It was so funny.
It's good to rule out a look.
Yeah. And Maisie got your superpower suggestion, which was your fingers are vacuum cleaners, which I loved because when you say it the first time, when you're like, oh, your fingers are vacuum cleaners, you're so proud of yourself with that superpower. Is that something that you genuinely like?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think that would be really useful because our vacuum cleaner is quite heavy.
Yeah.
And like, because we have cats and they shed hair everywhere, we really need to be hoovering a lot more, but I hate getting the vacuum cleaner out.
Yeah.
Whereas if your fingers, you could just switch them on and just like you know those tiny handhelds one that just do the surface. Mm-hmm. So my idea is like your fingers do that.
Like little dustbusters.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting. I think like it's very generous of them to then make it into like actual vacuum cleaners, whereas I think what they should have done is Maisie should have had to suck up with go like that with her fingers, like make it herself.
Suck up loads of flour and
That's what I would have liked.
Reese, you can tell when anyone lies, and that's what he did. He sort of didn't. He didn't use it that much. I mean, how do you use it when you're trying to get the flour away? Sorry, I've not read part 2. This is how complicated this is. Part 2 is remove the most flour from the tray without touching the flour with your hands or moving little Alex Horne. If little Alex Horne moves at any point, you're disqualified. You must take it in turns to remove flour, and you must employ your superpowers. There is a bonus point for the contestant who employs their superpower most effectively. Most flour in the bowl wins. You have a maximum of 15 minutes. Your time starts now. Here's what I've written. My one big note. The task is most flour in the bowl wins. Get some flour from the kitchen, guys. And I know there was a lot of other stuff going on. But get a bag of flour from the kitchen and fill up the bowl.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, but that's nasty to be like that.
It's not fun.
It's not fun.
I am joyless.
Yeah, you are. You're joyless and you're sick in the head. Every new person can add on a word.
Yeah. Joyless and sick in the head. Okay,
joyless
lovely. Thank you.
So it's because you're with new people and stuff, it kind of throws you off that axis.
Definitely, yeah.
But also something that throughout this whole experience of Taskmaster is like, I find it really hard to process all the stuff when it's being read out, and like I just need to read the task and like read it like 4 times on my own, because when you said that now I zoned out fully. No offense, but it's like,
and unfortunately
so
wearing shorts
words
today, so you can't rub your trousers to get yourself back in the room.
Rub my leg hair, start a fire. But there's something about like when they just put so many words like that in, it's like this is really difficult to understand.
No, I know what you mean, and there is very little chance I would have spotted that were I actually doing the task, but it's viewer privilege.
Yes.
And you have a long discussion about cape flaps.
We have a long discussion about cape flaps, which I think that's the sort of thing where in the studio it's very easy for Greg to be like, oh, you're talking about cape flaps, you dumb idiots. Whereas actually it's like, if we hadn't asked about Cape Flaps, Flaps would have 100% come up.
But you do something very funny, which is, I think Phil asked the question about Cape Flaps, and then you say yeah, and then you repeat the question.
Yeah, what about the Cape Flaps?
What about the Cape Flaps?
You got to just back your team like that.
Yeah, and also I think you're just enjoying saying Cape Flaps.
Yeah, Cape Flaps.
Look, it's a total disaster. Everyone knocks little Alex Horne off there. 0 points for everyone. Totally pointless, apart from for Sanjeev, who I think at this point there's still like any opportunity to get him another point.
To get him.
Throw him another bloody point. Gets one for deploying his superpower most effectively, even though I think we both agree he did it by accident.
Yeah, and also I used the wig to scoop up hair.
You did.
I mean, not hair, sand. Flour.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember this.
You did use the wig.
Yeah.
But is that deploying your superpower?
Yeah.
But you transform into George Michael. You don't.
What would you have done in that situation?
I think you can't.
Sing.
Yeah, you can't deploy it, can you? Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing an impression of him.
But what is there to him, really? Is he dead?
Yes.
Okay. Now that's an angle I could have gone down.
I don't know what his attitude was to illegal drugs, but I guess you could have.
Oh my God! I could have snorted it up.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the thing. You must have this as well, but something that I've really found post the studios where you watch it all back is like you just have so many ideas of what you could have done.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to live with.
I would do that after I'd filmed of a day.
Yeah.
I'd wake up in the middle of the night going, why didn't I do that?
Yeah.
And texting Alex, like, and obviously he's like,
yeah,
ignoring me.
Chill out.
Yeah. She's like, sorry, mate, I'm busy doing my job.
You should get to have a whole practice round where you do film all of Taskmaster as a practice and then you get to do it again.
The same tasks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would
That's
definitely...
just my one note to the production team of what I would maybe listen to me, then you'll win that BAFTA.
0 for everyone. Sanjeev gets 1. Task 3. Take the most surprising thing out of this bag. You have a maximum of 15 minutes. Your time starts now. The task is obviously lowered into the dome by an umbrella.
Yeah, magical.
Which you loved. Some people less overawed by it. And then Maisie spends so long trying to work out what the task is and repeating it over and over again.
Yeah.
And Greg compares her to a new Coronation Street character who's adorable yet thick. It is amazing with Maisie.
Yeah.
Because she is super smart.
Yeah.
And very quick. But she does vocalise everything. So even though I'm sure other people would go, okay, yeah, put something in the bag, take it out.
Yeah.
She'd go, what do you mean? Take something out of the bag.
That's so offensive what you're doing.
I'm going to do it right to her face when we have her on the podcast as well. Are you kidding me? That's my entire relationship with Maisie.
Yeah. But yeah, it's funny. It's like it shows that the fact that it's written down means there's a gap between what you can understand from it, because she's interpreting it as like you're like, oh, I guess it could be that, but it's so obviously not.
Yeah.
But like it's almost just like Taskmaster does just make you go, if it's the third thing you're doing in a row, you're like, I can't actually read anymore.
Yes.
I mean, we all could, but she can't.
Yes. And she was looking for things that weren't there in the task. And
yeah.
Even though it's a pretty straightforward task.
Yeah. And then I think to have that confusion and then to still end up doing what she did is like, that's a woman who's had a breakdown.
Yeah, let's talk about what Maisie did. I mean, it's maybe a delicate question. Was Maisie pissed for quite a lot of this? Because in this one in particular, she seems pissed.
I don't know. But watching it back, I thought, I would not wish doing that on my worst enemy.
It's also because of her outfit, obviously dressed as Sandy from Greece.
Yeah.
But she does, I said it on the last episode, I'm not sure if it made the cut, she does look like a pissed up northern woman who's doing karaoke in like Magaluf.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a Greece theme.
This feels like an evolution of that, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's like a Greece theme at the all-inclusive. Yeah. And then it does feel like yes, she sat on a donkey.
She's doing the entertainment.
Yeah, she's doing the entertainment, but everyone's had to walk off because it's like, oh, she's going through a hard time. And the fact that it was, I mean, as Greg pointed out, she wasn't taking anything out the bag. She'd put a donkey's leg on top of the bag and then sat on the donkey and then started screaming in French and playing an accordion.
But what I love about it is that she does it all with an air of smugness, of like,
oh yeah,
well, this is
nailed
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting to watch back, because it's like, how has this happened?
You've got to back yourself in the studio, though. Although here she does go, let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's please move on. But this is a hard one, I think, for some people. I would find this maybe a little bit hard, because to be surprising, your brain goes wacky, right? Let's pull something wacky out of there. And I think I struggle in the same way Maisie does, in that our vibe isn't wacky.
Right.
So any attempt to be like, I'm going to pull something crazy out of there, just feels a bit forced.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a compliment, Anya.
Cool.
You are a deeply odd person. So this felt very natural for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, the chicken out the bag, leaving that beautiful pause where we're all like, oh, she's really messed this up. It's just a chicken out the bag. That's pathetic. Can in the chicken, I'm thinking, great.
Yeah.
Jam in the can.
Yeah.
And as Greg said, that's quite surprising.
That's already something.
Bean in the can. Love the way you say bean.
Thank you.
And the...
and Satsuma.
Satsuma, bean in the Satsuma, and in the bean is a message saying, Greg, I am your daughter. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Played
I loved
perfectly.
doing that one.
Yeah.
I really liked doing that one, and also what I totally understand why they edited this out.
Yeah.
But I left the room between every reveal as well.
What?
So I took the chicken out the bag, and then I said that's it, and then I left, and then I came back in, and then I did. So I think the whole thing was about probably half an hour of footage.
Oh, that is funny though. To leave the room every time is funny. And you didn't tell Alex you were going to do this,
I think
you probably had to tell him.
I think I
otherwise
probably
they would have
had
cut.
to tell him that it was going to be a while. Yeah.
It's so good, and Greg got on board with it straight away.
Greg was on board with it.
Yeah.
I also, after I'd done that, we got Alex sent Greg a text saying, "What were you doing in 1998?" And we figured out what month I would have been conceived in, and it said that he was in Mallorca, so or Marbella or wherever.
Wow!
it
So
is.
when you said
That's
Mallorca,
actually where
1998.
Yeah, that's actually where he was, but I don't know if he remembered.
No,
that.
he wouldn't have remembered that.
It doesn't look like he remembered that.
No, because he would have been horrified if he'd remembered that. He's like, oh shit. Because
that's the sort of place that I could have been conceived.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah, you've definitely got a conceived in Mallorca vibe. I think if you can get anything that Greg hops on board with early doors for running jokes is really good.
Yeah.
Even when we were at the barbecue here, when he arrived, he said, "Hello, my daughter."
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
And you said, "Hello, Daddy." He went, "No."
Yeah, the daddy, he wasn't so on board with Daddy. Also, it's quite a hard one. I mean, I think this is like one of the things that everyone kind of like, I guess like a more meta thing about Taskmaster that people are aware of, but like different audiences every recording.
Yes.
It's hard to get them up to date with that sometimes.
Yeah.
Of like, by the way, I'm Greg's daughter.
Yes. And
I'm
you can't
the Taskmaster Nepo baby.
You can't do that by saying "Hello, Daddy" with a new audience in there. Very odd vibe.
Yes, and I learned that the hard way.
But it was great, Anya. It was so good.
Thank you.
Sanjeev, again, this is so odd. I mean, it is surprising. A wig on a boxing glove.
He loves to put wigs on stuff.
He loves putting wigs on stuff, putting the wig on the weird old mask,
to
be a baby.
And he does it well, like it really works.
Yeah. And then in the glove is his hand, severed hand of Ingmar Johansson.
Some of the references of these people. Sanjeev and Reese, I'm like, I just got to accept that I never am going to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know about Swedish boxing particularly. I mean, Reese's references are all old films, right, as well.
It's a creepy thing.
Yeah.
He's referencing like a creepy thing.
From the 1920s,
yeah.
But yeah, I guess that was surprising from Sanjeev. Phil takes out a fishing rod with a fish on the end, and inside is a picture of Greg, as Greg says, clearly hammered.
Yeah.
on the night you were conceived, with his date of birth on his teeth and his phone number on his arm.
The day of birth on the teeth is really harrowing.
Yeah, really
to see.
harrowing.
It's really... Also, the photo just like... It really feels non-consensual.
Oh, totally. It's someone gone, Greg,
yeah.
and then he's turned around.
It's so unfair.
I wonder where Phil got the photo from.
I wouldn't be surprised if he took it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
But who knows? Yeah. I don't know. That sort of feels like the sort of thing that you could find on like a forum. Do you know what I mean? Like
What
someone
sort
was
of?
like, I saw Greg Davies
On Reddit.
But
Yeah.
yeah. It's deep in a forum.
But very funny to put
Also, how does he have Greg's number? I still haven't got that.
Well, I
I'm
guess
sending a lot of emails.
maybe he got the number off whoever sent him the photo, maybe.
Oh, the pap.
The pap,
You
yeah.
think it was a pap?
The pap has the numbers. But yeah, it was good. I mean, to be honest, everyone was good, but they all paled into insignificance with you and Reese.
Reese's one, it's incredible to watch. You're like, wow.
Yeah.
You're just like...
That's Reese's brain at work, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, so much happens in it. You sort of want to go, do you regret doing that much if you'd known how little some people did? Do you know what I mean? It's like he's gone all out thinking everyone's going to do something crazy for this.
It's so...
Little did he know Maisie was going to sit on a donkey on top of a bag.
Which in some ways is more harrowing.
Yeah, it's...
But Reese's one is like also like he's just a great actor as well.
Yeah.
So you're really drawn into it, and you're like, I'm actually really enjoying watching this like short film.
I could have watched it for when the third hand comes out. I'm like, get out of there. Let's see what that guy's up to. But the baby head,
the baby is my favourite.
Squeezing the baby head and loads of mushy peas coming out of it is absolutely horrific.
I loved that so much.
Yeah,
like that. Yeah, another moment where I was like, this guy.
Yeah.
I'm loving this guy.
He creates images, certainly. I'd seen this before I got sent the episode, because this is one of the first times when I've been at the house to do the podcast of the previous series. Andy D went, I want to show you something.
Right.
And he took me into the little office.
Yeah.
And he showed me that, because I think they just edited it.
Which bit? The whole task?
No, just Reese.
Oh.
Sorry. Because obviously this is like Andy D's playground.
Yeah.
When Reese is going, and then I want to come out the bag as well.
Yeah,
and then we'll do that. That's when Andy's brain is like, okay, let's do this. And yeah, I think he was very, very proud of this one.
There's something to me that I was like, it's funny. I had like something to me was like, I didn't want to do film. I didn't want to edit something in. Yeah, I do agree with you. I mean, this was amazing. But the one that I always talk about on the podcast and will annoy me until the day I die is, I think you had to conceal yourself or camouflage yourself. Yeah. It's the Noel Fielding one where he's then shrunk down into a bowl of bananas, and I think it got 5 points. But practical effects are important, guys. Yeah. But this, I think, But this was
different.
More than that. It was
it was.
It's like there's a lot going on. Like, you could just squeeze that baby head and that would be 5 points.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's amazing.
You pull a baby head out, squeeze it, and mushy peas comes out of it, then absolutely.
It's all just world, but it's like Reese bringing you into his world is that first bit where there's like him and him. His and his.
Yeah.
His and his baby heads.
It was fantastic. I mean, both of you definitely deserve the 5 points.
Thank you.
Phil got 4 points. Sanjeev got 3 points. And really harsh on Maisie. 1 point for Maisie. It's when Greg says, obviously 1 point for you. It's like, now we're going to jump up to 3, because I think there's a bit of a gulf. Gulf between...
That's hard.
But I think he's worked out now he can do that sort of stuff with Maisie. And she is funniest when she's a little bit exasperated. So.
It's funny because with Greg, it's like, you actually don't want to... This is the thing, is that when you're not like... Before you go into it, before doing Taskmaster, I had like this kind of like idea of like, I can change him, I can fix Greg, right? I can be the woman, to fix him, whatever's going on for him,
right? Okay,
I can make him give me points and be normal.
So hang on. So what needs fixing with him is he doesn't give you enough points, And what makes him abnormal is he's not giving you enough points.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But do you know what I mean? There's something about him where it's like you're sometimes the more effort you put into something, the less he's interested in it. Or like if you put a lot of effort into something, and I definitely am referencing some stuff later in the series, but there's some stuff where you're like, the fact that you've put so much effort into it, then he then likes to sort of bring it down, make the funny choice.
Yeah, I think it's also effort versus desperation.
Oh God!
So
there's a lot of desperation reeking off me in this series, for sure.
If you put a lot of effort into something, but in a desperate way, he's going to absolutely love destroying it.
Yeah. Oh.
If you just put a lot of effort in, but you're cool about it, he'll big you up. But this is what I mean, is that like I watched Taskmaster before and I understand this, but in the series I couldn't put it into practice. Yeah.
Because I was just kind of had this narcissistic idea of I'll be the one to change him.
I'll change him.
I'll fix him. And that man is still broken.
Let's move on to the live task. Guess how many things the Taskmaster's assistant has on him. Worst answer is eliminated, but there is a bonus of 5 actual points if you're exactly 10 out at any time. And 10 above, I think it was specifically.
Yeah, and I had the task next to me on the floor because I had to keep rereading it because I was like, what the hell is going on with this?
Yes, and it's last player standing wins. I think that was good. I think that added another element to it because people were being eliminated but then still playing.
Yes, yeah.
And if you wanted to try and get the 5 actual points, you were having to guess 10 more, so there's a danger of being eliminated early.
Yeah.
By being the furthest away.
See, even listening to it back now, I don't understand it. But I must have understood it in the moment.
I think you did because you were nearly getting the 5 points every time, and then you switched your tactic and then went to guess just for the normal thing towards the end. Yeah.
Right, that's interesting that you could tell that.
I was watching that and thinking, Anya definitely understands this.
Right. Whereas I'm watching it back going, who is that girl and what's she doing?
But it was it was tricksy Alex Horne business. You never know what he's doing.
Yeah.
2 babies stuck to his back.
Yeah.
Big bowl of marbles.
That was one that I think we all came off after, like obviously in a fun way, but we were all like, "What the fuck was the point of that?" Like some of them, it's like, no one can be good at this.
Yes, there's no skill involved at all. Yeah, the skill is trying to guess what's on Alex's mind.
Yeah,
but he deliberately does everything so you can't guess what he's going to do next.
Yeah, I didn't mind that one so much, but. That's the thing. The thing that I found tricky about all the studio tasks is, like, I feel like I need like extra time to read the tasks, and obviously it sounds like I understood this one.
Yes.
But it's so when you have the audience there and like there's so much going on, and to understand what you have to do, and they're so wordy.
Did you get extra time in exams at school?
No.
I think they should check with people, and if they did, they get extra time reading the tasks.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
In the studio, an hour extra.
Yeah.
I would love that. But yeah, this one is, I think it was fun. Also, I will say for the first 2 episodes, I've never watched Champion of Champions.
Ooh. Don't watch the last one. Don't bother watching it.
Okay.
It's rubbish.
I won't.
Yeah.
But this is maybe going to sound mad that I had this misconception. I thought it was a whole series.
Yeah, well, it should be.
It should be.
It should be more than 1 episode because people don't really get a chance to shine.
Yeah. Okay. I'm picking up on some unfinished business here. Another broken man. But what I will say is that for the first 2, there was part of me that was like, much like throughout the series I definitely cared less about winning the whole thing, but the first 2 I was like, well, I'd love to do another whole series of Taskmaster,
right?
So I should try and win because I'd like to do Champion of Champions, and then I'll get paid.
Yes, you get the
fee
double
of
bubble.
Double bubble.
Yeah.
So there was part of me being like, well, look, I'm going to have fun, but ultimately...
You're going to win. You got to win.
I'd like to win because I'd like to... It doesn't really matter how I do in this first one, because in the second season that I do, when I do the whole next season, that will be my chance.
When did you find out that it was 1 episode?
After the second record.
Yeah. So then you relaxed a little bit.
Then I relaxed a little bit.
Okay, that's
for
interesting.
For a few episodes, and then I got back in.
Yeah, because you're like, I want to do one more. Got to do one more episode.
Yeah.
Sorry, Reese gets the bonus 5 points for getting the 10 out. And also gets 3 points, so he gets 8 points all in all. You get the 5 points, Anya, 4 points for Maisie, 2 points for Sanjeev, and 1 point for Phil, who I don't think at any point understands that task.
Phil is just often doing his own thing, and it's a pleasure to watch.
Meaning Reese wins the episode with 22 points. You're in second, Anya, on 15. Maisie on 14 points. And Phil and Sanjeev on 9 points. So far in the series, still very early days. Reese is in the lead with 35. Maisie on 33. You with 29. Phil on 25. And Sanjeev at the bottom on 21. We'll have to see how much that changes because there's still 8 episodes to go.
Ooh.
Anya, thank you so much for joining me on the Taskmaster podcast.
Thank you for having me.
We always ask our guests to rate their experience on the Taskmaster podcast between 1 and 5 points. We hope you've enjoyed yourself, but please give us an honest point score.
5.
Yes?
5 points, as long as all the stuff about me getting on page 3 stays in.
Yes, that's all getting in.
Okay, great.
For sure. I don't know if some of the Bonnie Blue stuff will get in.
5 big busted points.
Thank you so much, Anya.
Thank you.
For more Taskmaster, subscribe now.